Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Autel Evo 2 accessories. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I really appreciate you guys swinging by. It's the 808 State from the Big Island of Hawaii. And today we're going to talk about accessories that are available for the Autel Evo 2 ever since its launch. Some of the accessories pointed out today will actually be available for Autel Evo 2 and 1 since the flagship has multiple accessories that are carried over. Some other stuff is just simply specific based on the model itself, which is 8K, 6K, or dual, which in the dual section I didn't really do anything because most of the people are consumers that are able to afford the 8K or the 6K. My review accessories also include everything ranging from the highest price that we start off with down to the lowest price where you have all those small tiny little gimmicks that I will be pointing out to you, and some of them are total trash and some of them are really useful. So if this is the first time to my channel, please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell for further notifications, and I deeply appreciate every single one of you guys coming by. Also, all products reviewed today you will be able to find in the description below, which runs through Amazon affiliate links. I do not store any of your information, but if you do click on it, it will give me a small percentage without cost to you to help me finance any new products that I can review for you guys and post it here on YouTube. If you find it helpful, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Let's get started. First off, Autel Evo 2, one of the biggest accessories available for the highest price, which starts ranging, I believe, from used versions from $300 all the way to brand new $450 to $460 is the Autel Robotics Life Deck. What does the Life Deck do? Well, it pairs up at the same time as your controller at the very same time to your drone, and it has an HDMI output, which actually makes it possible for you to screen all your stuff onto a separate monitor, so that if you do have jobs as a licensed FAA Part 107 pilot, that your customers and clients will be able to live watch what you are actually looking at without having to look over your shoulder or ask you annoying questions during the time of your filming, so you can focus all your stuff straight to your flying experience at that very same time while sharing it with everybody else. Second on the list is usually what most people oversee, but it is a vital part of an accessory actually to this drone, the Autel Evo 2, 8K, 6K, the dual, or even the Autel Evo 1, is the controller itself. The controller itself is vital because you're controlling your thing with it. It's not like that you have joysticks on your smartphone with the Autel app, link it up to your phone, and you're going to be able to fly. Those controllers, if not taken care of, or if fall down or break or water damage comes to it, are expensive. They're around $288. So between $250 and $300 is what you have to check off in order to freaking buy a new controller. So be careful with your controller, take good care of it, and keep it together with your drone. Next on the list would be carrying cases. You can have small free bags given to you when you purchase cameras and all that stuff, or you can invest into a hard shell case. While some people prefer to have it in a backpack and somehow make storage for it, there are dedicated hard shell cases such as this GPC case right over here, which has pre-cut out foam for multiple accessories, batteries, the controller, and a second lever, second story right over here for your iPad and other accessories such as your blades, extra propellers, ND filters, whatever you want to throw in it, plus extra wiring. Now, hard shell cases don't necessarily have to be just a GPC case. Some of them are already orange, just like the drone, which people prefer. It's called the Pelican cases. Those ones range from $60, $70, $80, all the way up to $200. Like this GPC case right here runs at $230. Soft carrying bags such as these fit the drone perfectly, just as such. Problem is, no more room for the controller. Yeah, you got the wires and all that stuff that you can put inside there, but no more really room for an extra battery. Some other people prefer backpacks, so you can put it inside a backpack, carry it around with you together with other equipment, such as filming equipment like a camera and all that. Next on the list are range extenders. Range extenders, if not known how to install, should be sent in to a detailer or to a retailer or a dealer who is actually able and certified to install such range extender to you or onto your controller, because range extenders are actually removing the original existing antennas right over here and connecting them to the existing wiring within the controller while mounting them forward with a bigger antenna and an amplifier. And range extenders are usually provided by companies such as Hawks or Alien Tech and run an average about $100 to $200, depending on what your need is. And if you don't want to fly it just with the line of sight, which we most likely are all bound to within the United States, range extenders might be able to help you to keep the signal strong even in urban areas. While there are some skyscrapers or buildings that are all around, it might interfere with your signal, while a range extender might amplify that signal and actually gives you the needed range for you to film in urban areas. Next on the list, we have controller mounts. Controller mounts such as the Liftor or the Skyfire Aerial, as seen in one of my previous videos, are available to actually install onto your controller to actually have your controller be more on a solid base, to install either a phone, a smaller tablet, or even a bigger tablet while mounting this on the top. And with the Liftor made out of metal, while the Skyfire Aerial is made out of plastic. Both of them have pros and cons. Both of them are sort of like a needed must for enthusiasts who want to have a little bit more on top of everything, plus who don't want to deal with the original Autel clip-on phone holder. But if you can't afford any of these things, because these things, they range between $100 and $200 depending on what type of accessories you're actually mounting on it, such as the Crystal Sky or any other accessories, monitors that you want to add on to. There are tablet extenders that can actually mount, hook into this, that extend to the top to hold the tablet on top of this thing, which I don't really recommend because the screw and that mount in the bottom of this controller is really small and flimsy. But as a necessity for you, if you have a tablet and you want to try it out, there are $10 to $20 mounts out there that actually extend your existing phone holder to mount a tablet. Besides most of those accessories, if you're thinking about night flying, we have lighting. Lighting is already provided on your drone itself, on the arms itself, right over here with blinking lights such as red and green. But some people prefer to have mounted on the top some small strobe lights at nighttime, anti-collision lights that are seen further, so that if there is manned air traffic out there, that they will be able to see the drone around. Plus, for your visual navigation as well, if you're up in the air and you have the drone out further, that you're going to be able to determine where your drone is at all times. Besides that, you have the Fox Fury lighting kit, which runs almost $200, that has a harness over the drone itself with two LED lights pointing forwards that either can illuminate or strobe as well. Next on the list that we have here is battery. Battery is an accessory as well. Ranges from knockoffs of $80 all the way up to the original, which is between usually $188 to $220. Batteries are an accessory that are a must because they are consumer items, because you will be using it, and after how many cycles of battery charges that you had based on discharges and usage of the battery and recharging it over and over, the battery will lose its capacity and will lose the capability of holding the charge, putting your drone into danger, making it drop out of the sky, or having drone failure. And you don't want any of that. So batteries are a must. The more the better, the more the merrier. If you do purchase batteries on a regular basis and you save up money every few months to pick up new batteries, mark your batteries. Make sure that you mark your batteries from when you purchase the batteries, so that you will always be aware of which is your newest, which is your oldest battery. Always use those batteries, and always make sure that all your batteries are always charged the correct way or discharged the correct way. Next on my list as good accessories, if you do invest into extra batteries, is this charging hub. The charging hub runs about $90 and it is capable of charging 4 of your batteries at the same time. There are multiple other versions out there that I've seen so far that range from $40 all the way to $80, all pretty much doing the same thing, charging your batteries. Some of them are car charging batteries, wires. Some other options just include a wire that connects to every single battery of yours if you want to charge them up in a different manner. So far, I haven't seen any complaints about the battery hub itself, which is technically seen nothing else than just the original wire plugged into this nice plastic case made by Autel, capable of hooking up 4 different batteries at the same time and with 2 different charging modes, while the blue mode charges the battery in sequence based on the highest battery first, and it charges that one up all the way down to switching over to the next one until all batteries are charged up. while the green mode, on the other hand, over here, lets your batteries charge up in a parallel mode, starting with the lowest capable battery first, hooking up to the next lowest until it reaches the same level, and parallel charging those batteries up until all 4 batteries are charged at the same time. Most overlooked accessory that I've seen so far are micro SD cards. The micro SD card for your battery fits on the side slot right over here, and I use for now for my 6K version, while recording also in 6K and mainly in 4K, the Samsung Pro Endurance 128 gigs. For 4 batteries, that's more than enough because you have 160 minutes in 4K to record. That's a lot of time. Besides that, if you want to go with the 8K and you want to invest a little bit more money also for the 6K, I would suggest to look on your card that it is capable of V60 or V90, which refers to a higher writing speed, because the file size on these things can be excruciating huge, and you want to have the correct writing speed in order to not have stutters, problems while writing onto the card, or any sort of error message on your controller stating that your card wasn't read or you just missed filming this very same thing. If you're looking into getting the best performance out of your camera on your drone, shall it be the 8K or the 6K, I would suggest definitely get yourself some ND filters. These ND filters will always ensure that your shutter speed is always twice as much as your frame rate. Shall we say 1/60, and you get 120 in your shutter speed. These ND filters are available from Freewell for $20 a pop on Amazon for the single, for $130 for the entire set, such seen over here with 8 of them. 4 in the bottom as the CPL filters, 4 on the top, which are the regulars, 4, 8, 16, and the other one shall be the polarized filter. Skyread just recently came out with a whole set ranging from 4, 8, 30, and 16, 32, and 64 for $60. And I actually jumped into the water and I ordered me some just to try them out, and I will come out with another video for that on a review, since I did a review already on the Freewell ND filters. Next up on the list are like those small rinky dinky little accessories that you can find all over eBay and Amazon. Mostly being part of that is one of these propeller straps right over here. This propeller strap right over here has a pre-cut out area right there for you to wrap around your drone in order to protect your propellers if you intend to take your drone around in a backpack or put it into the small bag as shown earlier, and keeping your propellers in place right over here. This thing right here costs like $30 and it's well worth it. I use it all the time. Main thing on this whole stuff is that when you apply this thing and you put it on, do not pull or push too hard on any of that stuff, because you do not intend to damage any of your arms or propellers. Just make sure it nicely fits into everything until you can hold it firmly into your hands like this, just simply pushing this on the top over here. Next to that, there is this little thing right here, which is supposed to be a strap that goes around your drone with a strap that has an opening in the bottom over here to have a mounting plate on the top of your drone right here. You do not want to buy this. I almost crashed my drone with this thing because due to the vibration, this strap right here interferes with your sensor. This thing is a total rubbish. Besides the vibration and all that stuff, the mount started moving, even though there's a rubber pad underneath supposed to hold this thing in place, which it does not. It does not hold it in place, and it is a danger to your sensors itself. So that thing is total crap. You don't want it at all. Don't buy it. I mean, I'm serious. Don't buy it, okay? Another good part about it that you want is propellers. Propellers always sort of like, we all screw up once in a while. We all do mistakes. We all have issues once in a while, or we clip something, we scrape something, we hit a branch. You want to make sure that you have enough propellers. These propellers range between $12 to $22. I've seen the 2 set, which is a double set. They always come as seen on this thing right here, marked, one unmarked. So they come as a double pair, so you can change out one at a time, because these propellers are marked based on such way across, where this one matches this one and this one matches this one. So when you buy them as a set, you will get one of each that you're gonna be able to install, which has, some of them has marked a white line while others don't. So always keep some propellers around, because propellers are very, very important for your drone. And I've seen already multiple forum posts where people said that even the slightest scratches on these propellers might cause interferences and all that stuff. Next on the list is one of those affordable range extenders. which is like a clip-on to your existing little antennas right here. I picked up a set. They were like $7, I think, on AliExpress, and I installed it, and I did not necessarily really see a difference in range extension or signal strength. So I'm not really quite convinced that it really works. Besides that, I totally forgot where I put it because I went to a location and I think I left it there on the bench. So yeah, besides having them on the original antennas itself are already a little bit flimsy, and technically seen are not really good to have anything heavy hanging off of it. There's another cup version that you actually can put on, which I put on as well, and it fell down, it broke because it literally slid off my antenna, because in the manual it states that this antenna is supposed to be facing downwards. So yeah, if it would be facing upwards, it would be a different story, but downwards, it just slid right off. So that might have been my mistake on my part. It probably could have worked if it wouldn't have broke after, so sorry about that. Next on the list is Propeller Guards. Propeller Guards, I was debating if I should pick some up, but they are available, and Propeller Guards range between like $12 to $20. I'm not the biggest fan of it because this drone is so big that you're barely going to be flying it indoors, and Propeller Guards are usually only if you try to go squeeze through tighter spaces or fly indoors, and then once in a while you know that you're going to be dinging an obstacle. In this case over here, because the drone is so big and heavy and kind of like a bus in the air, you don't really want to end up in a tree, in the bushes, having a propeller guard mounted to your motor and be stuck up there, because the propeller guards have the tendency of making your drone get really stuck, because it just literally reaches through in between the propeller guard and the propeller itself, and then it's be hanging up there like 50-40 feet in air, and you don't want that. Last but not least that I could think of is the joystick protector, such as seen here. Joystick protector usually fits on the top right over here as a 3D printed model that sits on the top like a cup version on top of your joysticks. I ordered one, but because it's already 9 weeks in through the shipping, I just simply decided I'll include it in this review, but only simply show you pictures. I'm not quite sure if it works. It probably just works if you still run just the original mount, which is this mount right here, since it just simply lays over like this and can hold the joystick protector in place, while this Skyfire area mount, where I have the controller mounted to right now, would not allow me to have that thing over. Or actually it might be, I'm not sure, because you get this hook in the front, it might hold it in place. If it does, I'm probably going to cover it on one of my live streams, but so far as I've seen it, it's a good idea if you don't have any of these extended mounts. And yeah, they're cheap too. They cost like $5 or $6. So, and that's pretty much it. This concludes all the accessories that I could come up with, that I could think of, that might be useful for your Autel Evo 2 as the time of this video. And that's pretty much what's available, what I've seen and what I've read and experienced for myself from others, watching them having it or watching others, and pretty much making up my own deal about it. So if you found this video useful to you, leave a comment in the section below. Let's talk story if there's anything that you forgot about it, or especially if you have experience with any of the accessories that I might have pointed out but I don't necessarily have, such as like the life deck and all that stuff, because I can't afford it. It's just too expensive. $450 is just way too much for me to add on to this $2,000 drone already. So I appreciate all you guys coming by though. If anything, hit me up, send me an email, message me, whatever it is. I appreciate all of you guys. Don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. So wear your mask, wash your hands, be safe, and most of all, be a nice human. Take it easy, everybody. Aloha.